Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. So we got some leaks on Zhezhi's kit and I kind of wanted to take a look at it and give you guys my opinion on her overall kit. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so taking a look at Zhezhi's normal attacks, nothing too crazy here. Her basic attacks deal glacial damage and perform 3 consecutive strikes. Her heavy attack consumes stamina to perform the attack, dealing glacial damage. Her mid attack consumes stamina as well and performs 2 consecutive attacks while in midair, dealing glacial damage, and her dodge counter is the same, where she uses a basic attack after a successful dodge and dealing glacial damage as well. So normal attacks, very basic, but they're going to be very important later on when I explain her resonance skill and her fourth circuit, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so taking a look at Zhezhi's resonance skill, it's called Depiction and it has 3 ways to use. So the first one is a press. So if you press the resonance skill, Zhezhi will basically deal glacial damage and use her Athletis if it's higher than 60, which is basically her bar that she has in her kit, which she can hold at 90. And basically you can get Athletis by just doing normal attacks or intro skills and stuff like that. And basically if it's higher than 60, she will consume the Athletis and summon Phantasmic Imprints left and Phantasmic Imprints right on the ground. If you hold it, you'll be able to summon these imprints on the air, and if you press it while in the air, you'll be able to summon these imprints in the air as well. So this is very important later on in the video because I'm going to be explaining the fourth circuit, and it's kind of, her kit is going to kind of like flows together, which is pretty nice, and you'll kind of understand as you go through into the video, which is pretty cool. So very good, very basic resonance skill, but will get better once the fourth circuit is explained. Alright guys, so before I go into the fourth circuit, I kind of want to explain what her Phantasmic Imprints are. Basically she can summon them when using her resonance skill, and you can only hold up to 1 of each Phantasmic Imprint, left, middle, or right. So we're gonna go into the fourth circuit and basically explain that, but I just want you guys to keep that in mind when playing Zhezhi. You can only hold 1 Phantasmic Imprint of each side, left, middle, or right. Okay, taking a look at Zhezhi's first fourth circuit, she has 2 fourth circuits that are really good. Her first one is when a Phantasmic Imprint is nearby, she's gonna be basically creating a resonance skill called Stroke of Genius, where Zhezhi will blink to the location of that Phantasmic Imprint and create something called a Crane Spirit that will attack the target. So this is a very good effect pairing up with Jinshi because it creates a coordinated attack, which is really strong. Obviously it's going to be dealing glacial damage and is considered as a basic attack damage. It also refreshes the mid-air dodge counter if the target Phantasmic Imprint is in mid-air, which is really strong. And when using Stroke of Genius, you'll gain 1 stack of Painter's Delight lasting for 8 seconds and stacking up to 2 times. So this Painter's Delight, I will be explaining it later on because it's very important for the next fourth circuit. So the second fourth circuit, it's called Resonance Skill Creation Zenith. So when Phantasmic Imprint is nearby and there's 2 stacks of Painter's Delight, so after you use Stroke of Genius twice, Stroke of Genius will be replaced to Creation Zenith, which will be cast while in midair or obviously in the ground, and Zhezhi will basically do the same thing where she will blink to the location of the Phantasmic Spirit or Phantasmic Imprint and remove it, and then summon the Crane Spirit to attack the target, dealing greater glacial damage and obviously considered as a basic attack damage. Also, she will give or increase basic attack damage multiplier by 18% for 25 seconds, which obviously like not that bad. An extra buff is always really good, and obviously the refresh and mid-air dodge counter will be done as well. Alright guys, so there's also a third fourth circuit in her kit, which is called Heavy Attack Conjuration, where she basically performs that attack while consuming stamina and deals glacial damage. So this is a heavy attack that she will use basically where you will hold basic attack and you'll be able to deal glacial damage. And if you have at least 30 Athletis in her kit, she'll consume these 30 and summon a Phantasmic Imprint middle. So this is the only way you can summon the Phantasmic Imprint middle, which obviously you have to make sure you use it carefully. So you can use that heavy attack after stage 3 of your basic attack, and after using your resonance skill Stroke of Genius and Creation Zenith, after a basic attack on mid-air, and after a dodge counter. So make sure you use that to create a Phantasmic Imprint middle in order to, obviously be able to create the Phantasmic Imprint, and then after that you'll be able to use your resonance skill to create the Crane Spirit and be able to do coordinated attacks with characters like Jinshi. For her Resonance Liberation, she basically creates or summons an Inklet Spirits for Assistant. When the active Resonator passives on the team deals damage, the Inklet Spirit will be summoned to perform a coordinated attack, dealing glacial damage, which is also considered a basic attack. So each time damage is dealt, 3 Inklet Spirit will be summoned, up to 1 Inklet Spirit can be summoned, and up to 21 Inklet Spirit can be summoned every second. So every single time you use a basic attack, 21 basic attacks, Inklet Spirit will help you deal basic attacks as well. So she's basically a Mortifi but for Glacial, which is pretty strong. And I feel like she goes really well with Jinshi. And if you have Jinshi, I would definitely recommend trying to get her because the coordinated attacks that she has, even with her resonance skill, are really good and provides Jinshi with a lot of stacks of incarnation, or incandescent stacks, which is very strong. So the Inklet Spirit can last, or the effect of the ultimate can last up to 30 seconds, or until the maximum Inklet Spirit are summoned. So very strong ultimate indeed. Alright guys, so taking a look at her intro skill and her outro skill. Her intro skill is not really that, crazy, honestly. Just deal a bunch of glacial damage. But her outro skill is really strong. It's called Carve and Draw, where she basically gives incoming resonators resonance skill damage by 20%. So again, this is like really strong with Jinshi. So if you have Jinshi, try and get this character as fast as possible because everything that she gives to Jinshi is really strong and obviously gives her the extra boost of damage that she needs. So very strong outro skill, not really intro skill because just glacial damage, but outro skill is really strong. Alright guys, so taking a look at Zhezhi's passives. So she has 2 passives which are actually not that bad. They're not crazy, but they're not that bad either. So the first one is called Dash the Brush. So when she casts her resonance skill Stroke of Genius, her attack is increased by 6% for 22 seconds and can be stacked up to 3 times. So 18% attack increase is pretty good, but honestly it's not that crazy since she will be a quick swap character and you'll be using her as a sub DPS instead of a main DPS, so she won't be sticking on the field as much. Her second inherent skill is called Ornament, where after she uses her outro skill, she will give 15 resonance energy to the incoming resonator. So that's not that bad, honestly. Giving extra resonance energy is not that bad, but it's not crazy. So definitely a good inherent skill, but honestly, like it's not that crazy. So it's pretty fine. So that was basically it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. I'm gonna try my best to cover Xiangli Yao's kit as soon as possible once we get more information on that. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the character. I feel like she's gonna be really strong with Jinshi, and if you have Jinshi, definitely try and get this one as well because she will be extremely good and you'll be dealing a bunch of damage if you care about meta. But if you don't really care about meta, I guess it doesn't really matter because Jinshi does already have really good characters to pair with, like Mortifi and Yuan Wu. So nothing really too crazy, but I feel like she will be a very good integration to the team. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.